Hey everybody, welcome to Tarot Vitamin. Right now for today's vitamin, I will be using two die cubes with just the numbers on them, and I'll be also mixing in a couple of yoga cards to give us the positions that we're supposed to be doing. With the Sanskrit names, here's Happy Baby, Ananda Balasana, which is kind of a hip opening, a back opening, toxic and back opening pose that you can do if you have a comfortable floor to be on. Also coming up for us is Halasana, plow pose. Plow, the work that drives how we'll get there. We're going to use those two poses to guide us through the reading, using the colors green to give back to the nature around us, connectivity with individuals around us, and the color purple, which reminds us it's a beginning pose. For beginners, it's very advanced. It says 6 advanced. 12 for advanced. I'm going to learn all these on here. One pose is an inversion because you're upside down like a shoulder stand or headstand. And the other is called seated pose because it's a seated pose, categorized as, because you're just rolling back. These yoga cards signify new beginnings when they're these numbers. I'm going to look into it. But let's focus on new beginnings. New beginnings comes up for us. Which numbers come up for us? The numbers 6 and 3 came up for us. 3, 6. And let's see which else numbers come up for us. 5 and 3 come up for us. 5 and 3 come up for us. So people that are using 8s and 9s, looking towards happy baby, a future, new people that have been brought into your family, a future, their future. We're thinking about in the two cards that remind us about student groups, AEL at orange colored universities, Morgan State and Buff State, Adelante Estudiantes that majored in communication. Where is our person? Where is our person? Buff Distance. Check out the orange and black colors. Our next card that was already there and up is the one here from All Things Arbor. You see this wooden tree object being held and spearheading things at Arbor. Who is of this hair color? Who is of this hair color there? Holding down the fort, the Knight of Wands. I wrote, and continuing on, and with the 3-dot ellipse, continuing on through all phases, driving things ahead there. Look at the horizon. Plenty of open terrain, well and knowledgeable on your domain and carrying ahead, even though of October, more like equestrian like with that whole area, Upper Marlboro. Let's pick another card here. This was the card before of my birthday outfit when I had on a red skirt and fishnets, and it wasn't the best time for me because my makeup was crying, and I said I wanted to start wearing makeup for my birthday the year after that. That isn't how God wants things to be. That was the wrong thinking. So you got a whole card for you called the Hanged One. You wanted makeup? Now you got makeup. That was your birthday wish. Let's see what the next cards are telling us. Let's pick this Sun card for, is it of influence, a companionship. All of those forefathers and people that we gathered in previous friendships over the years, those are our forefathers. The women and the men, the individuals, the Davids, the ones that we have, our top 5, the commandments, the companionship, the vision and the mission that we set upon each other, the governances and the companionship, the companies, the things that we made, the articles that we made. This card is carrying the black flag for things, keeping things in the black, making sure there's no debts owned. We're getting rid of and minimalizing things that we no longer need. Clearing those storage units and running into the future with a free hand. The lightweightedness of each morning waking up to a new beginning. New beginnings was the beginning of the reading. Let's pick this last card. Also, the Knight of Swords coming in for support. The Knight of Swords and the Wand of Swords together now in harmony from the Sun card, remembering that we are teamwork. As the Hermit stays alone, the Hierophant is here to give jurisdiction, to tell us who has done what in the balance to be held of the judiciary, and Lady Liberty representing Chicago, where I am right now, and New York, where I grew up from the 3rd grade, Flesh Kincaid, and Boston, the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. Shout out to the D, where I was born. Shout out to the D, also DMV, with the DC, Maryland, and Virginia. Also Delaware, where Wilmington of Delaware and Wilmington of North Carolina stand. Let us be diplomatic with all things making it down to our trips for HBCUs. Let us use the roads and byways as a place for safety, honesty, and truth. Let us remember the mergers and companies that we made. And now I'm going to try to see if there's a way for me to throw these dice and keep them open. We can just do camera wise. 4-2 comes up. 4-2. Who's turning 42 this year? Maybe in the child free at 40 group with no people that belong to you. No created beings on the planet, and you're considering procreating before 50. Is there anyone? Look at myself. 56 comes up. Who is 56 in the maternity ward or at home creating beings for others to enjoy throughout this long, long life? More power to you, to the new beginnings that we all seek to have each day with the rising sun. For those of us who can afford to create with all the love and attention and focus and direction. It's not love, focus, direction, and redirection that's constantly needed each day for these humans to grow into what is needed for the society as we have been currently defining it. Plow pose. And then I'm going to close out on this tarot vitamin. Keep your neck and shoulders in a straight line. Clasp your hands together under your body and keep your feet together. Now do the inversion. Bring your legs up and back. Begin in Savasana. Bring your feet together. Lift your legs and hips toward the sky and slowly lower them over your head until your toes are touching the mat. Clasp your hands together under your body. Keep your neck and shoulders in a straight line and gaze up towards the sky. A modification could be to place a chair behind your head and lower your toes onto the chair instead of all the way on the floor. This is card number 44 in the deck. If that number also shines through with the 56, the 42, and the 44 for the reading. That has been Tarot Vitamin. Have a great day. Peace. Chi-Town, this is so great. I'm at this hostel that freehand came after here. This is the Parthenon. Always remember that the Parthenon is in Greece and not the Pantheon. There's a restaurant called Nine Muses just across the street here. If this is something that we should bring our attention to. Let's see, it looks like it. So the establishment across the street there with the flowers in front is where I'm headed now. And it looks like the door is wide open. Time to go and eat. I think I'm going to get something like kind of like what I posted yesterday. What do you guys think? I put a braid in my hair using some of the product from not Tabitha Brown, but from Target, where the boycott was occurring, which is very interesting. So I'm just gonna undo these braids later and have a little wavy out, and then see how I like it with the product that I use, and then do some wavy tomorrow. I got some Vicks Vapo, VICKX Vapo shower to put on the floor when I'm in the shower again. It should be very soothing. 45 years old, talking about something I wanted to make some makeup, wear some makeup. I got my wish just to wear Ipsy boxes. So now I have fasted and I'm ready for all my fat lipids to come back in my face so I can look cute again like I used to look, and not 45 before doing all these vapes and stuff like that. It's funny. They retired me, y'all. I can't even teach no more. I'm about to go put on my fancy stuff here and my new Coach chain belt with my leather pants and be across the street and enjoy the food. So peace out. 11:11 was the time stamp. That should be good enough. Bye.